Hi guys, welcome to the Cardivox Academy channel. My name is Verona. I'm a singer, songwriter, and vocal coach from Montreal, Canada. And I'm a vocal coach here at the Cardivox Academy since April, and I've been enjoying myself a lot because I'm kind of new in the heavy metal world. But really, so far, I'm enjoying my ride, and I'm discovering so much amazing artists, so many amazing artists and amazing music. Really, it's really good. It is affecting my songwriting. Like, watch out, my next album might be a little more heavy than my previous. So today I'm going to be reacting for the first time to a really, I know the name, so that means it's a really famous band. It's a Dream Theater, and it's their latest song, Midnight Messiah. Okay, so the funny thing about Dream Theater is that I've been hearing their name, I think, since I'm a child, and I don't really know them. I don't know them. Let's be honest, I don't know them. So I was really, really happy that they just released a song. That was the perfect opportunity to discover them. So yeah, let's just get started. This is a long song. All right, so we better get to it. And if you're new to the channel, here we listen to the song, we stop, we analyze. I'm a vocal coach and I'm a singer, and I'm a vocal technique nerd. I love it so much. I find it so fascinating. So I'm gonna stop and kind of talk about the vocalist voice. Yeah, and all right, let's just get started. I'm excited.
That's why I'm like I'm trapped. I keep thinking that I'm waking up, but I'm still in a dream. It seems like it's going on forever. I can't get out of it. And I want to wake up for real. How do you really wake up? When I finally woke up, I was like, whoa, that wasn't a dream. That was a visitation to this real place, the land of the dead.
All right, let me just stop there. Already so much stuff in the first minute. So, oh my God, I have new in-ears, They sound so good. So I'm really hearing the mix. It's so interesting. So I love the spoken intro and the way they panned it. He was talking and it was like in my left ear, in the middle, whoop, on the right, and then yeah, they were just in the mix. They played with the panning, and it really gives kind of, I don't know, it kind of puts you a little bit in the vibe, and it's I love panning. I love when it's really, I love it when you use it and it just serves the purpose, really good. So that was my first thing. And then the intro, there's a choir, a male choir in the background, and it kind of gives a Renaissance-inspired choir, and it really puts you in the trance. I know that I've been a fan of those type of religious choir songs since I'm a child. I don't know why. I was watching, like these old movies, and sometimes they have a scene, it's really dramatic, and it's a male choir and a really Renaissance vibes, and I always love that. It just puts me in a trance. So that was great. Nice intro. And so cute, the behind the scenes, shots. It's it's very nice. let's talk about the verse. Wow, and also the intro, the instrumental intro after the choir part. It was just so epic. Oh my God, they're so talented musicians. They're such talented musicians. Wow. It's very good. It was super tight. The mix is good. Or is it my headphones? Is it my in-ears? Loving it. Okay. I was not expecting that type of tone. As I told you, it's the first time I'm hearing Dream Theater. So far, I'm loving it. The first 2 minutes and a half are really good. Okay, so the male vocalist, how would you describe his voice? So sometimes I make these analysis in my vocal lessons with the students because I feel that being able to analyze a person's voice really kind of gives you the recipe. You know, it's like you taste a meal and you're like, that's the spice they use. They use this. If you can kind of, yes, there's like the global taste of it, but there's also all the ingredients. If you can spot each ingredients in someone's voice, ooh. Yeah, it's not only Mark who can do a food analogy. Yeah, so it's kind of each voice is a recipe, okay? And it's gonna be very hard to be exactly like 100% accurate, but still you can learn a lot from imitating. So if I were to get, I don't know, the gig to sub, the Dream Theater, how would I, like, what am I working with? So I'm hearing Mel's voice. So at first it's gonna be a little hard for me to imitate, but let's say, and then I'm hearing, like there was like kind of the first notes. I think it was a mixed voice, but really twangy. So it's really the twang recipe that kind of popped out when at my first listen. Twang and also a higher larynx. I'm not saying a really, really high larynx, otherwise it would sound constricted, but just a little higher than my centered. What I'm used and what I say is a centered larynx. Maybe for him this is centered. We all have different, not taste, but just habits of how we put our larynx. Okay, so let me explain those two. So I'm talking about twang and I'm talking about the larynx. Twang is basically a recipe, but really the first thing, the most important thing of this recipe is the aryepiglottic sphincter control. Okay, so yeah, I found the word on Wikipedia because I'm so used to saying it in French. Yes, I'm French Canadian, and sphincter aryepiglottic. Well, it's the same thing basically. What is it? So let me get this really simple for you. Okay, you have a tube of air. Okay, and then there's like a cavity where it resonates before it comes out. Okay. Yes, there's the mouth, but before the mouth, okay? I'm really saying there's like just a cavity before it goes into your mouth. So there's a lot of parts that the sound resonates once it just, so there's the vocal folds in your throat. And then after that, I mean, okay? And basically the aryepiglottic sphincter is like the muscles around this cavity. You're gonna wanna shrink them, okay? So my trick for my students is you imagine you swallow and you're going to feel that shrinking, this space, okay? So imagine you're tasting something super like super sour and like, oh my God, this is sour, or bitter or something. So how I don't know the song, okay, but yeah. So all those type of sounds, sometimes people say they're nasal, but really they're not that nasal. Maybe mine is a little nasal today. It's really a hard winter here in Quebec. Sometimes my nose is a little blocked all the time. So okay, now it's not in my nose anymore. But yeah, so you can be twangy like that, okay? And I don't know if you noticed, but there's not a twangy. If your voice is breathy, you're never gonna get it. Okay, so it's a recipe. No breathiness. Vocal folds are completely closed. I mean, of course, they're vibrating, but when they get together, they're really closed, okay? And aryepiglottic sphincter is really like the smallest you can. and a high larynx. So a high larynx is kind of in the recipe of the twang, basically. Okay, so like, hello, 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 this is my centered larynx. Hello, 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 hello. So this is a low larynx, centered larynx, high larynx, constricted larynx. Okay, so all right, so that was my nerdy part. You told me in previous videos you liked it when I was being a vocal nerd. That was it. And then I'm hearing a little bit of constriction at the end of the sentences, but I'll speak to it. I'm sure he's gonna do it again. So next part, keep listening. Oh my god. It's just like all the sections were kind of short and changing the scale and then coming back, and then oh my god, it's really rich, it's really interesting and really fun. Oh my god, I want to be in the band. I want to be, I don't know, the back vocalist. Please hire me. No, but really fun. About the back vocals, that's why I'm saying I want to be the back vocalist, because the back vocals are so effective in the pre-chorus. I mean, at least the last one I just heard, the back vocal, the harmony is below the lead, and then in the chorus it's above. So really effective. You kind of change, woo, and it makes your brain, you know, we're all a bit ADHD nowadays because of TikTok and all the social media. So it keeps you, you know, it keeps your attention span really, really there, because it keeps changing. The way you harmonize also changes. So your ears kind of always, you know, yeah, there's a lot of stimulation in that song, a lot. Very interesting, very interesting. So his voice, he keeps the same tone in all the sections. It's a chest voice with a lot of, so a twangy chest voice, let's call it like that, with a little bit of constriction sometimes at the end of the sentences here and there. I couldn't say exactly where, but I heard it a couple of times. So so this is not my vocal folds. It's a cartilage right above it. Okay, you can Google it. It's called the false vocal folds. I don't know why false, because I guess they make noise, but it's not a note. It's noise. So how could I say that? Like when they're retracted on the side, this is when you have a clean voice. When they're centered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not really raspy, but you hear it a little bit, and then it's hard. I'm more comfortable. Hey. So I don't know, what was he saying? Like memories flashing all through my brain. My brain. I'm not using a lot this movement in the inside, because you can really train it, okay? And I've been trained all my life to keep the vocal folds as far away as possible to each other. not even centered, like really retracted. That's the term I was looking for. So yeah, I have to take lessons with Mark, our harsh vocal specialist, this year. That's my resolution. But I have a new album coming out, and I wanted to keep my voice as perfect, because I might do weird stuff if I learn to scream. So, but yeah, so that's what I know about the false vocal cords. But you have to train it. You have to train it. Okay, let's keep going. It's very nice. I love it. Okay, it's not about the vocals, but what I really like about this song are the drums. The drums are so fun. Oh my god, there's like the double pedal, and then it's half beat, and that it's like it's a ternaire. How do you say that in English? So it's like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's like a waltz, but behind it we're still in like the same, I don't know if it's the same rhythmic. Oh my god, I have just my music terms in French. Sorry, French brain fart again. But yeah, so I really like it's like, and then it's like it always changes and really fast. It's really fun. If I were a drummer, I would like to play that song. Whoa, I have to talk about this, like that solo section of the song. I mean, wow. The musicians are crazy good. Okay, when are they coming to Montreal? Please tell me they're coming to Montreal. I want to. Metropolis. Hey, that's a venue in Montreal. You see that guy's t-shirt? Okay, so I don't know if you guys know about Baroque classical music. So it's a really old kind of a period of classical music. It's before Mozart, and it's the period the most famous composer was Bach. And I really hear a lot of Baroque in heavy metal, especially in the solos, like the scale the musicians are using, the speed, the agility, and also the volume kind of stays the same. It's like it's always the same volume kind of ish. And in Baroque music, the piano was not invented yet. We were playing on the harpsichord. Is that the word? Let me check it out. Du clavecin. Anyway, so you know the ancestor clavecin in English. Harpsichord. Yeah. And the harpsichord had only one volume. You could not play loud I mean, it was pretty loud. So, but you could not play louder by pressing harder, and you could not play softer. That's really the thing, softer, because in Italian, piano means soft. And the first name of that thing was pianoforte because it could play soft and loud. Forte in Italian means loud. It's like in French, fort, forte. It's really close. Anyway, so long story short, because the volume, I don't know if you noticed, but the volume of their solos were like, everything was loud, but just kind of staying there. And same in the Baroque, like when they were getting crazy on the harpsichord, I mean, it was all loud. There was no pianissimo. There's no like, but it's fine. I love Baroque music, so maybe that's why I'm really enjoying heavy metal so far. Yes, so, I mean, amazing musicians. They really know their skills, right? Okay, let's go back a little bit for the last part. Like when the chorus arrives, like the change of scale. I don't know what it is. I don't have perfect pitch, but I'm hearing. I hope you let me know in the comments if you hear that they're changing. Midnight Messiah. Yeah, and I really like the back vocals. They're so like like so twangy and kind of like my precious, like in Lord of the Rings, like Gollum a little bit. It kind of gets the scary vibes into it, but yeah, it's awesome. I love the song. I'll have to listen to it again without stopping all the time. But let's just finish it. I mean, wow, very good. Awesome. Very good. Oh my God. Did you see the guys like there was a screen in front of the keyboard and we could see what notes he was pressing on. That's so fun. Like, oh, it's interesting. He's pressing this note and this note. I'm sure like it's just so funny. And the drum kit would literally be my drummer's fantasy. Like every drummer's fantasy, I guess. It's like one of the biggest drum set I've seen. Awesome. All right, guys. So that was it for my analysis reaction to my first Dream Theater song. If you want to take vocal lessons with me, wherever you are in the world, online lessons, we have an amazing way of doing them with the Cardivox Academy. So you can just click on our website and there's a contact form and you just say, I want lessons with Verona. If you want to learn how to sing, if you want to learn harsh vocals, they're going to be with Mark. And if you want to do both of them, well, just mention it in the contact form. So that's it for me. Talk soon. Ciao.